Do you ever feel like you have the ideas in your head, but when it comes to talking about your education, your studies, or your future goals, the English words just get stuck? Imagine walking into a university lecture hall or sitting down with an international study group and speaking with absolute authority. Imagine describing your academic journey without hesitating for a single second. Today, we are going to build that confidence. I have broken down the entire experience of school and university life into essential sentences. We will start simple, and by the end of this video, you will be expressing complex ideas about success and the future. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome. Today, we are doing a deep dive into English conversation practice focused entirely on education. Whether you are a beginner starting your journey or an advanced learner preparing for university abroad, this session is designed for you. We are going to use a technique called shadowing. I will tell you a sentence that describes a specific part of student life. I want you to listen to my pronunciation and then speak it out loud exactly as I do. We are going to cover 200 varied sentences, moving from basic classroom descriptions to complex academic thoughts. Part 1. The foundation, beginner level. Let's begin with the basics. We are going to establish your daily routine and the environment of the classroom. Focus on clear pronunciation. Let's talk about the routine. I go to school every day. My school is big. My teacher is kind. Now visualize where you're sitting. I sit at a desk. I read my book. I write in my notebook. Focus on your interaction in the class. I listen to the teacher. I ask questions in class. Now the evening routine. I do my homework every night. Homework helps me learn. Let's look at the tools you use. I use a pen. I use a pencil. What about nutrition? I bring my lunch. I eat with my friends. And when the class ends, the bell rings. Let's specify the subjects. I study English. I study math. I study science. I like history. Creativity and activity are important too. I draw in art class. I play in the playground. I run with my friends. How do you handle new information? I learn new words. I read a story. I write sentences. I spell the words. It's okay to take your time. I learn slowly. I learn every day. Think about the support you get. My teacher helps me. My classmates are friendly. Participation is key. I raise my hand. I give an answer. And the results? Sometimes I am right. Sometimes I am wrong. But I try again. Let's talk about the workflow. I bring my homework to school. The teacher checks it. I get a good mark. I feel happy. What if it gets difficult? Sometimes homework is hard, but I don't give up. Why do we do this? I like learning. I want to be smart. Let's refine your skills. I listen carefully. I speak clearly. I repeat words. I practice every day. Let's adjust the speed and volume. I write slowly. I read loudly. Using resources. I use my dictionary to learn new words. I ask my teacher for help. Focusing on the mechanics of the language. I learn new grammar. I copy sentences. I check my work. I correct my mistakes. And the result of all this effort? I get better. I like English class. I like school. Finally, the philosophy of this level. School is important. Learning is power. I want to be good at English.
I dream big. I want success. School helps me grow. Homework helps me learn. I believe in myself. Part 2. The Deep Dive. Intermediate level. Excellent work. Now we are going to increase the length of our sentences. This is perfect daily English speaking practice for those who want to add more detail to their speech. We are going to look at study habits, managing time, and the specific activities we do in different classes. Let's expand on your morning. I go to school every morning to learn new things. My classroom is small, but it feels comfortable. Now, let's look at the process of starting work. I sit at my desk and open my book. I listen carefully when my teacher speaks. I raise my hand when I want to answer. Dealing with accuracy. Sometimes I am correct and sometimes I make mistakes. Let's look at your evening discipline. Every evening, I sit at my desk to do my homework. Homework is not always easy, but it helps me learn. The process of writing and correcting. I write with my pencil and I erase mistakes. Being prepared for the day. My backpack carries my books and lunch each day. Socializing during the break. At lunchtime, I sit with my friends in the cafeteria. We eat together and talk about school. After lunch, the bell rings and we return to class. Specific activities in language class. In English class, I read short stories and practice speaking. Specific activities in STEM classes. In math class, I solve simple problems on the board. In science class, I learn about animals and the earth. Expressing yourself. I like art class because I can draw. During break time, I run and play outside with friends. Reviewing your work at home. At home, I read slowly and try to understand the words. I practice writing sentences to make my English better. Seeking clarity. I sometimes ask my teacher when I don't understand. My teacher is kind and helps me learn. The emotional side of grades. I feel happy when I get a good mark. Resilience in learning. Sometimes homework is difficult, but I keep trying. Using tools effectively. I use my dictionary to learn new words. I repeat words many times. Finalizing your tasks. I check my work before I give it to the teacher. I correct my mistakes and try again. The daily accumulation of knowledge. I learn something new every day at school. Collaboration.
My classmates are friendly and we help each other. Improving spoken skills. I practice reading loudly to improve my speaking. Building confidence. I believe every small step helps me learn English. Memory techniques. I copy sentences from the board to remember better. When I study, I sometimes say the words out loud. Your ultimate goal. I want to speak English clearly and with confidence. School gives me the chance to grow every day. The value of education. Education is important because it opens doors in life. I know English will help me in the future. Looking ahead. One day I want to go to university and study. I dream of finishing school and achieving success. A healthy mindset. Mistakes are part of learning, so I am not afraid. When I study hard, I feel proud of myself. Support systems. My family supports me and tells me to do my best. The joy of application. I enjoy learning new words and using them in class. Consistency. Practice every day makes me stronger in English. The reward of understanding. I feel proud when I understand my teacher's words. Life skills. Each class teaches me something useful for my life. Reading stories helps me learn more vocabulary. The correlation between effort and feeling. The more I read, the more confident I feel. The more I write, the better I become. Global connection. I like English because I can speak with people worldwide. Cognitive development. Math teaches me how to think carefully and clearly. Science makes me curious about the world around me. History shows me stories from the past. Art lets me be creative and express myself. Character building. School teaches me to be polite and respectful. I learn to listen when others are speaking. I learn to share and work with classmates. The broader picture. School is not only about books, but also about life. Studying will help me follow my dreams. I want to get good grades and make my family happy. Homework may be hard, but it helps me improve. I trust myself to learn step by step. Every day I get a little better at English. I believe practice is the key to success. Learning makes me feel strong and confident. Group dynamics outside class. My friends and I sometimes study together after school. We help each other and share ideas. The future path. School brings me closer to my future dreams. Every day at school is another chance to grow. Part 3. The academic peak. Upper intermediate level. You are doing great. Now we move to the final stage. These sentences are longer, more natural, and reflect the maturity of university life and advanced study habits. We will discuss independence, time management, and the broader journey of education. Let's discuss your study schedule in detail. I usually study for 1 or 2 hours after school. Sometimes I feel tired, but I know homework is important. The feeling of accomplishment. When I finish my assignments, I feel proud. Organizational skills. I keep my notes organized in different folders. I often highlight important information in my books. Advanced memory aids. I like to use flashcards to remember new words. The benefit of a study partner. Studying with a friend makes learning easier. We quiz each other before exams. Avoiding procrastination. I try not to study at the last minute. Preparing early helps me feel confident. The study environment. Sometimes I study in the library because it is quiet. At home, I sit at my desk and turn off my phone. I need silence to focus well. The workload. My teachers give us homework almost every day. I do math exercises, reading tasks, and writing practice. Presentation skills. Sometimes I also prepare short presentations. I practice speaking in front of the mirror. It helps me improve my confidence. Using digital resources. I read English articles online to learn new vocabulary. I sometimes watch videos with subtitles. This makes learning fun. Teamwork projects. At school, we have group projects. Working in a team teaches me cooperation. Conflict resolution in study groups. Sometimes we disagree, but we learn to solve problems. The transition to higher education. At university, life is very different from high school. Students have more freedom, but also more responsibility. The academic expectation. Professors do not check homework every day. They expect students to be independent. Living arrangements. Many students live in dormitories. Dorm life is fun, but sometimes noisy. Some students cook together in shared kitchens. Others eat in the cafeteria. Extracurriculars. University has clubs and activities for students. Joining a club helps you make friends. Financial responsibility. Many students work part-time jobs. They must balance study and work. Time management becomes very important. The intense periods. Students sometimes stay awake until late at night. They drink coffee to stay awake. Dealing with pressure. Exams can be stressful, but planning ahead reduces stress. I write a study timetable before exams. I follow it carefully. Self-care during study. I also take short breaks. Breaks help me stay fresh. Celebrating milestones. When I pass a test, I celebrate with friends. We go out for pizza or coffee. Success feels good when you work hard. Perspective on failure. Failure is not the end. Failure is a chance to try again. Teachers and professors encourage us to learn from our mistakes. The long-term view. Learning is a long journey. We must be patient with ourselves. Sometimes studying is difficult, but it is always worth it. The ultimate value of education. Education opens doors to the future. I want to study abroad one day. The international experience. Meeting international students is exciting. We share cultures and ideas. Holistic growth. Studying is not only about grades, it is about growth, confidence, and knowledge. Defining your goal. My goal is to enjoy learning every day. Homework, projects, and exams are part of this journey. I am ready for the challenge. Commitment to the process. I will keep learning step by step. Knowledge will guide me to success. At university, managing your time effectively is essential. Ending. You have just practiced 200 essential sentences about studying, homework, school, and university life. We started with simple foundations, moved through intermediate study habits, and finished with the complex realities of university life. By shadowing these sentences, you're not just memorizing words, you're training your brain to think in English. Remember, practice every day is the key to progress. Even 10 minutes of shadowing can make a big difference in your fluency. If you found some of the longer sentences difficult, that is completely normal. Go back, listen again, and repeat them until they feel natural to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep studying, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to English Glow for more videos to light up your language journey. I'll see you in the next video.